You are listening to The Burning Truth. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and dude and dudettes. I am the host, Matt Burns, also known as the Funk Soul Brother, the bad boy British wrestling past. But, I am a little bit late than usual, but as I've stated in the past before, better late than never. But, I've had a very busy schedule. That's one thing for sure. But let's get on down with this week's episode. But before I actually get on to this week's episode in regards to wrestling, interesting note that, a bit of non-wrestling news. England beat Sweden 2-0. Now, I know it sounds like we're bragging and everything, but for myself, I will say I'm a long supporter. In regards to this, I think it's a possibility that England could win the World Cup. If we do, great. If we don't, then I'm happy with it as it is right now, because I think they have done absolutely fantastic to get as far as they have done. And I'm absolutely astounded how far they've gotten this year. So, keep up the work, but lads, I'm absolutely, I'm overjoyed in regards to it. But anyway, with that all already being done and with that already being covered, especially but most likely from the BBC news media and everything, let's get down to actual wrestling business, shall we? For example, like how last night I was actually at Pro Wrestling For You. I will state it was an absolute fantastic show. Recommend anybody going there as well. If anybody wants to check them out on all their social media. Like, they've got Instagram, they've got Twitter, you've also got Facebook. Check them out, Pro Wrestling For You. I believe they've got a show in September, which will involve a main event, which will have a 30-man rumble. Interesting match for the final for the main event of the September show. But if you want to see more information in regards to that event, check out on their social media. And that was last night. Now, in case everybody's wondering why I am actually a little bit late, it's because of my busy schedule of today, which was I was actually in Wales today, attending Fusion Pro Wrestling training to also get some ring time for myself and also assist with any training with their students as well, which I will state absolutely fantastic training that occurred. You've got a lot of good students there that are very, very willing to listen and understanding. When the teacher is talking, they're all listening. Not a word out of their mouths, listening and soaking it in like a sponge, which is absolutely brilliant. And then straight after that, I ended up having a quick visit to the beach, which may have actually resulted in me having a nice sunburn. Yes, Matt Burns has got a sunburn, possibly. But if you hear a spray from time to time, that's me applying after sun, so I do apologise if you hear it from time to time. For example, now, it needs to be done, because I need to get some moisture back into my body. So I just thought I'd just apologise for any noises if you hear from me applying the after sun on me during this episode. But anyway, with that all being done and dusted, I will be stating this will be a shorter than usual episode. because with me having sunburn and whatnot, I want to be able to get that all covered and pretty much hopefully get back on track. So I do apologise, even if I may have stated this might be a longer episode. I'll most likely save that for next week, which if I'm not mistaken, I have got a free weekend. Free weekend. Well, I do have a busy Saturday potentially, but that's more business. But on the Sunday, I should be here, bang on 9 o'clock as usual. But anyway, let's get down to wrestling news. The Undertaker has returned for WWE, but only for the Madison Square Live event. Will State, absolutely brilliant from come back. I'm not mistaken, he was involved in the main event, ended up getting the win, pinning Kevin Owens with the Tombstone Piledriver, but at the same time giving respect to his tag team partners, which were Roman Reigns and the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman. Absolutely brilliant. So who knows? Undertaker's showing that he's still got something about him. He is plenty busy and is willing to wrestle and whatnot, but he's just having to pick his dates on when he's getting involved on certain shows. But it's more of a special commodity and whatnot. So when he does turn up, it is big. Now, moving, with me stating that, yes, turning up, from time to time does make you a bit of a special commodity, but I think it's a bit ridiculous when you are the Universal Champion. Oh, guess what subject we're back onto? Brock Lesnar. Now, supposedly Brock Lesnar turned up at, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was a UFC event, may have possibly been 226, not sure if it was or not, but Brock Lesnar turned up. It's supposedly going to be fighting Daniel Cormier for the heavyweight UFC heavyweight championship, but there's with that being said, it possibly ain't going to be happening until 2019. Could be sooner if rules are bent. Rules being bent for UFC, not likely. So most likely will not be fighting for that championship until possibly 2019. But there has been talks of it being in November 2018. We'll only find out if Brock met certain rules and regulations on certain testing and whatnot. If he did it on time, if not, then unfortunately it most likely won't be 2019. If that is the case, regardless of it, that he isn't fighting until November or that he isn't fighting until 2019, I think him holding the Universal Championship any longer isn't doing any favours. Now, I know some people have stated it makes you a special commodity, but allows the other championship rise, build up more matter. Yes, Brock Lesnar is a legitimate badass, but when the main belt isn't on there, the program's suffering. It is. And this is just my own personal views. That's all I'll state. If anybody does disagree, please let me know. Please state it. I'd like to hear any feedback. Post it on our Facebook page. Email it me. Put it on the if necessary, send it to me on Spreaker, where you're possibly hearing this episode, or either way, it's all good. It's all good. But I'm not going to drag on that conversation too much. The only thing I will state is, if Brock Lesnar was at UFC, turns up, and all of a sudden, just as he's about to fight Daniel Cormier, Strowman turned up with that money line briefcase, I would just legitimately laugh my head off. That would be so funny. Absolutely brilliant. That would be. But that happening, very unlikely. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Fandango of the WWE is actually injured. So he's released a tweet stating he will not be, see you in 6 months' time. And Road Dogg's also confirmed the state, sending healing vibes and everything. So unfortunately, Fandango is injured. Hopefully, he'll have a speedy recovery, and who knows, may come back sooner. In regards to the injury, I don't know what the details of that. Hopefully, I'll find that out for next week in regards to the injury. But no details have been actually released, or I haven't found any details as of yet in regards to the injury. As soon as I do get the details, I'll either send it out on a post on our social media page, most likely the Facebook page, or at the very latest, most likely reveal it next week on next week's episode of the broadcast. Now, in big news, this is non-WWE. This is ROH. Taylor Hendricks has thrown sexual harassment allegations towards Jay Lethal, stating that she has supposedly been informed or been told that her push that she was having in ROH ended due to not sleeping with him. Now, in regards to this, she's been making statements stating she will not be quiet. She is speaking to lawyers in regards to it, but as for if it's taken any steps further, it's not taken any steps further in regards to what Taylor Hendricks has been stating, and Jay Lethal has not released a statement yet. However, ROH have stated that they've released a statement stating that they will be looking into this matter very serious, as they take any sexual harassment allegations very serious, regardless of whatever sexual orientation it involves, because it's a very, very serious matter, and hopefully they will get this sorted out as soon as possible. Now, for British wrestling news, I have a World of Sport date announcement, which is the 28th of July 2018 at 5 PM on ITV. That will be the first episode of World of Sport for, very first episode this year. I am looking forward to it. Cannot wait to see some of my some wrestling colleagues. I have seen wrestling. I've only seen wrestle, not actual friends with, but also I've got some friends and colleagues that will be wrestling on that show, and I wish them all the very best of luck, and hope they knock it out the park. But with that is, as I stated, this is a short episode. I do apologise for being a short episode, so I'm just going to do some quick. I'm just going to start with the quick plug, which is, please check out the following, which is the UKWM, also known as UK Wrestle Media, JG Printing and Stitching, changes for health and well-being. Recommend you check out their website, because you never know. The website could end up helping yourself or helping someone that you may know. You never know. Check out Team 4-Star, the band New Breed, Kamens, and as always, I always have to get this one in. Check out Butchermania. You're welcome, Matthew. I've always got to fit you in. And Barely Average Studios, which is a YouTube gaming channel, I recommend as well. And also check out your local wrestling, as always, like Pro Wrestling For You, which is where I was last night. And also check out the United Wrestling Live page, as they always give them free out tickets. You never know what sort of deals and whatnot, but I do recommend. What I definitely will state, check out United Wrestling Live, because they do give out free family tickets, which is 2 adults and 2 children. Check them out, check it out. And last but not least, I recommend you check out the Burning Truth website, which is www.theburningtruthuk.com, where it could be where you're listening to us live right now, or if you want to listen to any past broadcasts, past interviews, show reviews, merchandise. I will hopefully be actually releasing a blog. I know it's almost becoming a curse, because each time every week I keep stating it, I do apologise if I don't have one out by next week. I will, it is becoming a bit of a curse, but hopefully we'll get, there will be a blog post coming out. We've got a contact page where you can contact us, and a links page where I have all the some of the things I have actually mentioned that I've actually plugged already. Have got their websites, links on there, links to their YouTubes and everything. Check it out on there. But as and last but not least, I recommend you check out our social media, which is check out our Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and also our Twitter. But the Twitter one is a bit of a different one, which is Wrestling Fourth Wall, which is spelled WRESLING 4THWALL. But with that, I'm going to be calling this a wrap up for this week's episode. I do apologise for being such a short episode, but I hope you all are staying well. And if you are in the sun and everything, I recommend you do put some sunscreen on and don't make mistakes like I have done. But if you have made a mistake, please apply that after sun as quickly as possible. But with that all being said, I'll hopefully catch you next week. And as always, I will, stay well, stay safe, and check out your local wrestling.